More than 4,000 students from different schools and university faculties gathered at That Luang Esplanade to join a mass Basalok dance to promote the conserving of Lao dance recently. The country's first ever public event featuring Basalok dancing was held at the Tan Luang Esplanade. The mass Basalok dance aimed to promote Lao culture in collaboration with Vientiane Administrative Office and the various education institutes, as well as secondary schools, by staging the large-scale dancing event to encourage the participation of young students. Students prepared themselves for several months beforehand by practicing the Basalok dance steps to promote the beautiful culture of Laos in the shadow of That Luang Stupa. Students performing their dance moves non-stop to 5 famous songs from well-known Lao performers such as Sao Lao Yok Mai, Dong Champa, Yue Kong Nam and Sao Tan Piu, providing a great atmosphere to the audience and participants, both local and foreign. The event aims to conserve the dancing culture of Lao people as well as to encourage young Lao people to join in the cultural event. It is said that the style of dance was extremely popular at parties, and the purpose of the event was to promote Lao culture in dancing this style. Other than the dance being performed for fun, Basalok is stimulating exercise and enables knowledge of the correct technique used to perform the dance. This summer, many of us are looking for destinations far from the metro's pollution, noise and crowds. At the tip of the mountain range in front of the Pacific Ocean, or the country's northernmost part, rests Mother Nature's hidden beauty. Palawi is a 7-hectare island in the town of Staiana in Cagayan. It is a 15-hour ride from the metro, but surely won't disappoint tourists and locals alike, especially with its boat tours, which costs 1,800 pesos per boat. Each boat can accommodate up to 8 passengers. As a protected area, Palawi Island's beauty and serenity is highly preserved. More than the number of tourists who visit the place, and so a chance to step on the island is a mere honor in itself. Before reaching the most famous part of the island, rock formations will give you a taste of the island's majestic beauty. If you're looking for adventure, you can go trekking for 2 to 3 hours. Corals and other rocks would greet you as soon as you alight the boat. Meanwhile, the island's peak is the home of a 122-year-old Cape Egano lighthouse, which was built during the Spanish occupation. Climb those 200 steps to witness the beauty of the island. And locals also get a boost in tourism and economy. Most of the hotels are being owned by the residents in the area. Meanwhile, the town of Staiana is a tourist attraction in itself, exhibited by its greenery. Biking at its finest is experienced by residents and tourists alike because, besides less vehicles, fresh clean air is ever present. In fact, this group of bikers aim not only to promote tourism but also to urge the residents of the town in living a healthy lifestyle. Some members of the group said that biking had been a great remedy for their respective illnesses. As if its benefits couldn't be enough, biking is also effective in saving jeepney fares or gasoline and is a great help in preserving nature. Naresuan University invents herbal products to protect consumers, especially foreign tourists, from spicy Thai foods. They will be available in the forms of fruit juices, candies, chewing gums, and soluble powder. Jerir Abu Alim and Assistant Professor Puntarika Ratanatrai Wong of the ASEAN American Industrial Food Consulting Center and the Faculty of Agriculture, Natural Resources, and Environment of Naresuan University introduced Spicy Aid that was developed from modern science and traditional medicine. Spicy Aid kills capsaicin that makes food spicy in mouths and simulates nerves of consumers to focus on other tastes, not spicy ones. Spicy Aid is now in the form of ready-to-drink juice. 99% of its content is made from natural materials and the rest 1% comes from fruit juice scents. After having spicy foods, consumers can drink water and then Spicy Aid to immediately relieve spicy tastes in their mouths. Naresuan University is seeking a petty patent from the Department of Intellectual Property and plans to develop various forms of spicy aid, including candies, chewing gums, and soluble powder. It will manufacture spicy aid in the near future. Capsaicin of its derivatives exists in chilies and cause spicy tastes. Those allergic to spicy foods may suffer breathing difficulties, vomiting and diarrhea. Burning sensation from capsaicin and its derivatives also reduce consumers' sensation of other tastes. The Sea of Red Lotuses at Talaiboi Daeng or Lake Nong Han in Thailand's northeastern province of Udon Thani is ranked the world's second strangest lakes by travel and leisure. The ranking, which has recently appeared in a CNN report, gives Lake Nong Han a notable name among over 3 million lakes around the world. Lake Nong Han is the second strangest lake after Jellyfish Lake in Palau. Located about 45 kilometers from Udon Thani city, Lake Nong Han is the site of yearly sprouting of thousands of red lotus flowers spreading over the 8,000 acres of the lake's surface. Red aquatic flowers begin to bloom in October, just after the rainy season, and reaches full bloom in December. Tourists can take boats to enjoy the miraculous scenery in this freshwater lake all year round. Called by the locals as Talaiboi Daeng, meaning the Sea of Red Lotuses, the lake is best viewed during daylight hours before noon. Its natural beauty has lured visitors to experience vibrant pink color lake. Now homestay services have also flourished. Although urbanization is a factor looming large against those trying to protect old architecture and traditions, the locals have managed to preserve hundreds of old Vietnamese houses. Cuda village, lying by the side of the Nui River in Hanoi's Tan Au district, is known for retaining the typical identity of an old Viet village. Although urbanization is a factor looming large against those trying to protect old architecture and traditions, the locals have managed to preserve hundreds of old Vietnamese houses. Cuda village, with houses and villas which are hundreds of years old, faces modernity. However, 60 oldest houses in the village have stood the test of time, being preserved by their owners. This 100-year-old house with 3 compartment structures belongs to Miss Nguyet Thibut. She said she was lucky to be able to buy this house and will never sell it, as she's afraid the new owner may demolish this example of traditional architecture. Mrs. Nguyen Thi Butwo is from Cuda village in Tha O district, Hanoi, said when people praise a house, she feels so proud. She has to keep the house this way. The house will be an architectural heritage. The previous owner of this house wanted to take it back, but she refused. Mr. Vu Van Duong's house is among the oldest in Cuda village. Inheriting this house from his parents, Mr. Duong always keeps in mind the thought of preserving it with all its architectural values. He likes the old house's structure as it provides a cozy living space for his big family. Mainly made of precious wood, the house has delicate carvings on the beams and columns. Mr. Vu Van Duong said he will never tinker with this building. When he had to extend his living space, he tried to find another lot to build a new house. This old house belongs to his ancestors, and he has to preserve its traditional values. He always tells his children to do the same. For those who didn't inherit a 100-year-old house from ancestors, Mr. Vu Van Tuan, the head of Cuda village, has a new house built in traditional architectural style of a 5-compartment structure. He wants his children and the next generation to respect and treasure this architectural style and fine arts from centuries ago. Urbanization has had a negative effect on the village in recent years, cutting the number of old houses in the village by half. While some families choose to rebuild their houses to expand their living space, many villagers are still fully aware of the importance of preserving their old houses. The Young Doctors Program in Malaysia provides an excellent foundation to promote health and wellness among young children and also encourage interest in the medical field. A collaborative between the Education Department and the Health Department, One of its aims is to discover young aspiring doctors to meet future demands for health professionals in the country. Introduced in 1989, the Young Doctors Program was initially an effort by the Education Department to enhance primary school pupils in terms of academic and co-curriculum achievements. However, with the ever-increasing demand for better health facilities and professionals, the Health Department has lent a helping hand to further ensure that the program would continue to be effective. The Health Department had drafted an intense training guideline for both parties to manage the program through the Young Doctors Club. The objective of the program is to empower students with health knowledge and skills in order to improve their own health and also their peers. Pupils today are faced with health issues, among them obesity, food poisoning, dengue fever, and skin disease. Hence the rationale in having the club as ongoing program in primary schools. Such basic health knowledge among pupils would also ease the burden of teachers in having to handle health problems involving the latter. To date, a significant number of primary schools nationwide had successfully initiated the Young Doctors Program with the involvement of pupils in primary 4, 5, and 6. The activities planned for the students include promoting a clean, healthy, and safe environment, helping health staff and teachers organize health activities in schools, informing the school authorities of the occurrence of disease or health problems, and treating minor injuries. Students disseminate health information to their friends through lectures in the classroom and the school's weekly assembly, besides doing simple health checks for the public. Typically, pupils aged between 10 and 12 that are selected into the club are those interested in the medical field, academically excelled, healthy, have good personality, leadership quality, and responsibility, as well as have the willingness to help others. Parents or guardians also are urged to work closely with the schools in supporting the program. Educators hope that the implementation of the Young Doctors Club could also motivate students to have interest in the field of science. Annually, a national level convention will be held to give recognitions to the best school and students who have excelled successfully in the program. Becoming a doctor is the childhood dream for many people, and in many families, it is the pinnacle that their children can aim for. The profession is commonly in the top 3 career choices of students who do well academically in the country, and the Young Doctors Program can be the first step for the young children to becoming doctors and health educators in the future.